Central Coast Mariners nil, Perth Glory nil. A performance which has been described by Mariners coach Nick Montgomery as the worst Mariners performance of the season. That's what he said in his post-game press conference. And I think we have to agree with him. It was very poor. It was very lackluster. And even in games where, you know, we've lost a number of games this season, there's been some really admirable performances in some of those losses, even recently when we think back to the games against Adelaide, against Melbourne City, against Melbourne Victory. But this game was a weird one. We went into it expecting to get a positive result against the Perth Glory side, who has been struggling big time at the moment, not able to score goals, not able to grab results at all, and that's the reason why they're currently sitting bottom of the ladder. Of course, they've had a tricky season, Perth Glory, with travel and all that, but still, I mean, we had to go in this game expecting a win against the Perth Glory side, who had just been so poor at the moment, and we matched them in this game. We matched their level in this game. We simply went into the game very negative, and I think we saw that from the lineup. It was great to see James Bayliss get his starting debut in the A-League. I thought he had a pretty decent game too. Noah Smith starting in left mid. We've seen him come off the bench, and he's slotted in that left-hand wing and in left midfield a few times, but this is the first one that he started at left mid. I don't think it worked. I'm not sure what the thinking is there, simply because maybe we're just simply running out of players to play in there. But Matt Hatch played some minutes for the MPL side at Plume Park on the weekend. I mean, why doesn't Matt Hatch get to travel over to Perth for this game? You know, so it was an interesting decision, and I don't think it worked out. I mean, there were even a couple of times where Noah Smith actually got into good positions. I remember, in specifically in that second half, he had a great chance where I think it was Orenu who played a ball through to him, entered the box, had some space. The shot was way off target. He's certainly a defender, Noah Smith. I'm not sure if the experiment of playing him in left mid is working. But aside from that, it was pretty solid overall. Dan Hawkeye rolls in defence. Of course, Mark Birighitti, fantastic penalty save in the first half. What a save to get that single hand down there. Was just awesome. Steven says we should have won in the live chat. Toxis in here says, wish I could go to the match. Yeah, dude. I mean, wish we all could have gone. Hey, because obviously due to the COVID, and we should talk about the COVID rules, meaning that you have to be triple vaxxed to get over to WA. Hey, so that meant that I think Monty didn't specifically name. Well, in the post-match press conference, he brings up Muller and Tongik and Miller, but I think he mentioned Miller was injured in this game. But whether Muller and Tongik were the two who weren't fully vaxxed, who didn't have the booster shot to get over to Perth Glory. But regardless, I mean, we should have gone in, and with the squad we had, I mean, with Cummings and Orenu starting up top, our two best strikers at the moment, you'd expect us to score some goals against the struggling Perth Glory side. I mean, credit to them, they played well defensively. Jonathan Aspo, the former Mariners defender, and Darryl Atchman were just immense in the centre of defence, so that kept us out. Perth Glory were pushing big time in that first half, and we did well to keep them out, but that second half just felt really lackluster, didn't it? Really, really lackluster. Michael's in here saying, Beerers, dude, it was massive. And the third penalty save this season in the A-League. He's done it at round 2 against Wellington. He did it just a few weeks ago against Adelaide to deny Craig Goodwin from the spot. And he did it here. This was the best one for the season too. Just the single hand down to deny Bruno Fornaroli, one of the best goal scorers in the A-League. It really, really was fantastic. Hey, so dude, we love Beerers, and he is certainly, I mean, widely regarded now as one of the best goalkeepers in the A-League. A lot of people, I mean, we're seeing it more and more this year, more so than ever, of people calling for him to get a Socceroos call-up, which honestly, I mean, with the Socceroos lineup is being announced tomorrow from the date of this live stream. So does Birighitti get a call-up? Yeah, potentially. Obviously, Andrew Redmayne's been getting the call, but who would you pick at the moment? Mark Birighitti, who's saved 3 penalties this season, or Andrew Redmayne, who, you know, is a decent keeper, but yeah. Great save from Marquez, says Adrian. Dude, it was really was fantastic. And look, that was important in the end, because Perth Glory were pushing in those early stages, and that penalty came from all that forward pressure. Mark Birighitti stepping up big to deny it out, and we managed. Look, we have to take the positives. I mean, I feel like we're talking about a lot of negatives, but taking the positives is we're taking a draw away from this game, which is important. Great to see Jock get his debut in this game as well. Played some minutes as well on Sunday in the MPL game. Travels over Monday to Western Australia, the long flight, and then plays some minutes, gets some minutes, some decent minutes too. It wasn't like he's just thrown at the end too. some decent minutes. And he looks pretty decent too. Like, he had a couple runners on the ball, tall, strong, and you know, in terms of how he slots in to the squad moving forward, we'll have to wait and see. There's you know, obviously next week when we're playing back in New South Wales, we expect Muller to be in the lineup. If Maresh is ready and fit and going. And of course, you guys all saw on social media when Mariners, the Central Coast Mariners official social shared the photos of training, and Matt Simon was in action, which was so great to see. So great to see. Michael says back to Beers for the pen save. Heard that him and Bruno became very close when they were frozen out at Melbourne City, constantly training with each other. There you go. There you go. Yeah, I think we mentioned that in the call too, the live watch link, that they're City teammates. Hey, so yeah. Adrian says, yeah, huge pressure that was building from Perth. So, look, I think when you look back at that section of the game, we probably have to be thankful that we did manage to hold on, especially late there, you know, with Mariners, the tendency to concede late ones. It was important that we held on. So, managed to get there in the end. But lackluster in attack again. Needed Cy Goddard to come on earlier at halftime, I reckon. Needed to make those changes. Monty held out, and it looked like we're playing for the draw. It looked like we're playing for the draw at the end. And look, we'll take the valuable point, because you look at our last 3 games: win, draw. You know, win against Brisbane, draw at home against Victory. I said last week we'll take that point. Draw here against Perth Glory. Look, even though they're struggling, it is always a tough away trip for any team. So, look, I will take the point, but it now puts great importance on our next couple of games, which we're going to talk about in a sec. But I'm going to go through my 3-2-1 votes for this game. 3, Mike Birighitti. So easy. Fantastic penalty save. That saved the point for us once again. Dude, 2 consecutive games now. He did it last week against Victory with a string of saves, and he did it last night against Perth Glory with that fantastic penalty save. And a few other decent saves too. So he's just been massive for us. So 3 for Birriz. I'm going to go for 2 for Dan Hall. I think in defence, he was our standout. He was really staying tight to Bruno Fornaroli for the whole game. Every time, Bruno loves to just turn players, you spin him around, and he finds his openings. Dan Hall was really switched on to close him down every time that the ball even came close to him. So he was fantastic. I'm going to give 1 point to James Bayliss. I thought he looked decent. I thought he looked pretty comfortable making his starting debut at right back there. And now it looks like he's our second choice right back ahead of Storm Rue now. So Storm now our third choice Mariners right back potentially. So look, fantastic showing from some of the young guys in this game to step up a long away trip and to put in a gritty performance, a really arm wrestle. I think some of the guys in the watch long were calling it, and that was a good way to describe the match. An arm wrestle. So 3 for Birriz, 2 for Dan Hall, 1 for James Bayliss. We look to the next couple of weeks. Crucial games against some good sides too. Mudgee, MacArthur. This coming Saturday. So a bit of a shorter turnaround. So the lads will return home today. This is Wednesday. And you imagine get on the training park tomorrow, Thursday, and prepare for the game in Mudgee on Saturday. Potentially the guys will leave on Friday. I think for the cup match they left a day early too, just to get the travel out of the way. And then after that, at home, Central Coast Stadium, Saturday night prime time against Adelaide United. And I really want to highlight that one. That's going to be massive. And I think back to last season when Mariners took on Adelaide United at home, and it was just about the midway point of the season, which is roughly where we are now. And we picked up a crucial 2-1 win. It was Alu Kowal and Ollie Bozanic on the score sheet that night after, I think we had 2 penalties that were saved. I think Joe Gauchi made 2 penalty saves. I could be wrong. But that was a big result. And and it helped us finishing 3rd at the end of the season. These games against MacArthur, against Adelaide at home, big chance. Look, tough games. Really tough games. These are good oppositions. If we can get positive results here, then it would be massive. It really, really would be massive. And the top 6 is in sight. It is in sight. We're currently sitting at 16 points. It is in sight. We're just going to make sure we start putting in the performances, getting the results, because it is there. You get the sense that it is there. I mean, I'll take no losses in the last 3 games after the previous few weeks before that. But guys, if you have enjoyed this match reaction, I would appreciate it if you hit the like button. It does help me out a whole lot. And keep an eye out for all the content coming here in Coastwatch Football, the round predictions live stream happening Thursday, Arvo. And of course, we're keeping an eye on all of the action happening this coming weekend as Mariners take on MacArthur FC out in Mudgee. Have a fantastic rest of the week, guys. I'll see you next one.